What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Random Various Vegas Chat live stream take 2. We'll do a live stream today where we don't hurt people's feelings. I'm sorry that I offended you guys earlier. I thought we could have a conversation and it just kind of hurt people's feelings, and that's not what I'm intended to do here. And I feel pretty terrible about it, so I thought I would just make another chat and you guys can ask me random Vegas questions. I was trying to have a conversation that I thought would be meaningful, and it didn't work out that way. People got mad at me and said that I was making them upset. So I'm sure I lost a bunch of subscribers and maybe I killed my channel forever. Who knows, right? But hey, look, it's bound to happen. Eventually somebody gives their real feelings about something and everybody hates them for it. But I do have Kino the cat right here. Blackjack is sitting at the door waiting to get out. What happened? Oh, I deleted my original stream because I talked about something and people got really mad at me. And I can't stand that. No, it's not positive, but it is what it is. You guys can talk about whatever you want to talk. Give me a comment or a topic and I'll just talk about Vegas stuff. If you want to ask when the casino's open again, you want to ask when things are going to happen, I'll try to answer your questions for you guys. So thanks for watching. I appreciate Connie. It doesn't matter. I don't want to do the live streams after this one anyways because I can't talk about topics that are intriguing to people. And that's fine. Look, I'll make my daily videos and I will do the live streams when I can, but maybe it's just to the point where people are just not ready for that kind of thing. It's like when you tell a joke and you say, ooh, too soon. I guess it's too soon. Anyways, discourse is good. I'm on the right and drive in Los Angeles. I have a lot of friends on the left. If they are against discourse, well, it is what it is. I'll try to hang in there, Rich. It doesn't really matter. I feel like guilty that I tried to open up a can of worms that hurt a lot of people, so I've made the last video private. I will then go ahead and delete it. They weren't trolls, Thomas. They were people that actually had people that died of coronavirus in their life. Of course, if you go to the hospital and you have any one of 1,000 symptoms, unfortunately, you've died of coronavirus, but that's a problem that the government and the healthcare system and paying for these things will have to suss out. I'm glad that none of these people in this stream have had it directly. If you have, I feel very bad for you. Johnny O asks when I think Vegas will open. I think it'll open when it opens. Some people are saying the 24th of May. Some people are saying June. I don't know for sure. We have to get through phase 1, and phase 1 starts officially in just a few hours. I wonder if there'll be any kind of midnight parties for that, huh? Anyways, yeah, so it's all interesting. What happens is that, I don't want to overstep my boundaries. I'm not some big blogger. I'm just a guy with a little YouTube channel. In terms of Vegas channels, I'm still one of the smallest. And I appreciate you guys being here. So we'll just chat about superfluous Vegas things that makes everybody happy because I'm here to make people happy. Anyways, this is as close to Vegas as I get. Keep up the good work. Thanks, Eric. I appreciate it. Yes, Steven, please continue the live streams. They really help with everything going on in the world. You're right, as long as we keep it light and fluffy, and I'm fine with that. You guys are good with that. Let's let the cat out because he's scratching. Go ahead, Bubba. You go ahead. That's right. You open the door for the black one, and he yells like a champion, like he's going to go do something for somebody. I'm glad you are back. I think you are very fair and present all options. Keep up the good work. Well, there was at least one person that I gravely offended and made them think of a loved one that they lost, and I nearly cried when I turned off the camera. But I thought, well, I told you guys I do these live streams every time, so here I am for an hour. So have at me. Tell me I am what I am. But I am and I am, and that's all that I am. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. Here in Chicago, they're barely... Stock starts to opening the business. Oh, my Facebook just exploded. Let's see what we have. It's not size, you're the best. Well, yeah, I guess, but the best are always the biggest. Isn't that the way it works in life usually? The biggest are the bestest? Yes, that's usually how it is. You guys are very supportive, and I very much appreciate you guys. Let's go look at what my Facebook is doing right now. Okay, I got a friend request. I got this, I got that. Somebody texting me saying if I want to call them, I can. I'm fine, guys. Look, here's the deal. I have to make sure that you guys aren't upset, and so I upset you. Hey, man, what happened? I was late to the stream, and we're upset about something. I'm your friend. Yes, you are my friend. I know who you are. I have a person named David say, sorry you had to cut the live stream regarding the herd immunity. It's pretty hard to establish any sort of herd immunity while being shut in your residences all the time. Wear a mask in public. Clean, 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 clean. Well, you know what? It doesn't matter. Like Queen said, the show must go on. Inside my heart is breaking. Yes, anyways. Yeah, anyways. 23,500, not bad. Yeah, who knows if it grows after this. I might have killed all of it, which I will never forgive myself for thinking I am bigger than my boots. My bro and I had a friend that had it, both sick for a week, and now they're 100% okay. That's good. All right, so when does Vegas open? So as we know, we're in a phased-in plan with lots of phases and lots of phasers. And so phasers, we set our phasers to almost fun. Steve Miller, that's fine. You didn't lose much. I basically killed my last live stream because I overstepped my boundaries and hurt a bunch of people's feelings, and then I wanted to cry myself for hurting people's feelings. And that was my first one, and now this is my second one. So when does Vegas open? I don't know. We're in a phased-in approach, and the governor said that we're phasing it in. And he also alluded in a live stream that he did once to phase 1 being May 15th. Now, phase 1 is going to be May 9th, which is good. He gave everybody about 40 hours worth of notice and apologized. SB Dreaming says, stick to when Vegas will open. See, and that's not a topic of a live stream now, is it? So here's a topic of a live stream. How will the casinos react to Las Vegas opening? Lots of different options, right? I can talk about a million different things, but when do the casinos open? I don't know how many times to answer that question. They'll open in phase 2 or phase 3 or phase 4 or phase 12. The governor hasn't told anybody that. So when do the casinos open? I don't know, maybe phase 2. Well, when is phase 2 done? When does phase 2 start? Well, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 weeks after May 9th. But it might be 4 weeks, depending on what they find out in phase 1. And if it happens, we might go right back to the drawing board to phase 0, because we don't know what's going to happen in the future. So if people keep asking me, I want to keep telling them hopeful things. I am live again. So I'm texting a person who's always in my chats. He said he saw nothing wrong with what I was talking with. Obviously, you guys did too. Phase 1000, set the phasers to almost fun. And that's what it comes down to. Some of these governors, they want to have concrete plans in place. You can't really have a concrete plan right now, right? Because this thing is horrible and it's ravaging our lives. And I remember that millions of people were supposed to die. I read somewhere that the CDC said that 1,200,000 people were going to die. It made my skin run cold. I was like, oh my God, we are so screwed. Now we have, 20 or how many, 70,000 people. So I'm glad that it's way less. I really am glad. But look, they're canceling international travel from British Columbia, Canada to the United States. And if the whole entire country of Canada goes that same way, it's going to cause a lot of travel disruptions for a lot of people. A lot of folks who could travel here are not going to come here. They might miss their one opportunity to come here possibly. And so people are really hurting over this. And I made y'all mad. So it is what it is. But I appreciate you guys being here. And I have 234 concurrent viewers, which is very nice. So when are they going to open the casino? They have no clue when they're going to open. The casinos are going to open when they open. You're blaming all of us for one person that didn't like what you said. Carrie, I'm not. I mean, I had a nice 450 people in the chat and lots of different chats. So I'm just going to pretend that it didn't happen, and I'm going to go over and say it is what it said. And I appreciate you, Carrie. I'm not blaming you guys. I'm blaming me for saying those things. I take 100% accountability. Catherine, I have not blocked super chats. I don't know why I would have no chance to super chat. So it looks like I show your support by leaving Las Vegas. Super sticker. Yeah, it looks like I can super chat. I don't know why I wouldn't be able to. Here's a $2. I can do that if I wanted to. I didn't block super chats. I wouldn't do that. I just leave the settings as they are and I let it fly on through. So go Raiders go. Yeah, the Raiders released their schedule. That's a good thing. But it's good to see that the Raiders are planning on playing. I just am glad that people are moving on with their lives in some sort of capacity. You know what I mean? But no, you guys are great. I appreciate it. No, I don't know. Somebody asked if I blocked super chats. I certainly didn't do that. That was very nice of you guys to offer up anything. But I am back because I don't want you guys to be mad at me. I want to show my support for you by doing these kinds of things. What about the Golden Knights? The NHL is talking about doing the entire season without people in a 24-team playoff bracket, which would be crazy. The goatee is pretty terrible right now because I haven't shaved in a few days, which is pretty hilarious. But I did trim the goatee down. So I don't know, guys. I didn't block super chats. That's kind of weird. You let me know if you're trying to do that nice, generous thing for me and it's not letting you do them because I've not blocked anything on that end of things. And I appreciate you, Wall Street Warlord. Thanks for coming. I'm glad you guys can go out of your house and just see some stuff. Can people meet me in Vegas, NM? Yeah, they just message me on Facebook Messenger or whatever. You know, it's all good. Hey, Steven Van Zandt, I got Bruce Stewart Springsteen on the line. I appreciate you guys being for you guys here. Probably your iPad. That's nice of you, Catherine. I know you've super chatted me before. That's super nice. And I got 279 people in the house, and you guys are all great. Can I get some likes? Whoa! Boom! Uncle Black. Thank you guys so much, Uncle Black. You know what? Screw it, okay? I'm so mad. Jerry Driver says super chat is blocked. Whoa! Red Pill Gary, and thank you, Vegas Mooch. Wow, 280 thank yous to everybody. You know what? People make mistakes. Steve Miller says it's working. You guys are cool, man. And I promise you, I didn't put Catherine G up. We're not working in cahoots, so she could say that so you could all test it. I even went through the motions, but I don't know if I super chat myself what exactly happens. And I don't have a method of payment on file with Google that isn't my PayPal. But you know what? People make mistakes, you know? People make mistakes. I made a mistake and I was talking about something and I should have realized, look, if you got 20, so look at me, I'm revitalized. I wish I had some water to drink. I don't have any water to drink. Kino, get me some water, please. I should have realized, look, you know, somebody told me something today and I don't like thinking about it, but it's not. She said, you are a public figure now. You have to think like a public figure. And that's true. So I got to make a decision. Am I a public figure that polarizes people and all that stuff? Or am I a public figure that tries to bring people together? This is the craziest thing in the world that happened on my channel today. Do you guys want to hear a story about my Facebook group in Vegas today? 300 people. If I can get it up to like 120 likes, then I'll tell you a story about something crazy. Some guy went on the offensive and you know, and I'll tell you what happened, but you got to like the video first. Whoa, Catherine G. You went through the length of switching devices. That is very nice. Look at this. Look, somebody on Facebook posted an article. This is a text. They're going to protest on May 12th, apparently. Whoa. Apparently, they're going to protest on May 12th. Breaking news. Whoa. Oof to Paul. Thank you so much. Listen, here's the deal. I don't want to. Wow, someone just posted on Facebook an article from the Review Journal in the casinos, and you have someone posting from the union about a protest. I think it needs to be removed. Let them know about the protest. I said let them think about the protest. Apparently, the casinos are going to protest on May 12th. Whoa, things about to get real in Vegas. But here's the thing, right? We all got to think like this. Who is cheap at Steve O? I don't know who's cheap. I don't think any of you guys are cheap. Not everybody can afford to super chat, but y'all in my chats, y'all good people. Can't please everyone. This is true. Oh, I got 9 more. Oh, somebody disliked the video. It went down. I've never seen my like count go down before. That is embarrassing. I just lost a like. It went from 111 to 110. Okay, anyways, maybe the governor has an idea, but he's doing the numbers game of wait and see. Opening up the casino is probably the last on the list. You might open a few businesses, and as a small effect, maybe not. Dell, you're totally right. They are going wait and see. Whoa, 122. Oh, shucks. I got to tell a story. All right. So here's what happened today, okay? So the other day, somebody joined the Facebook group. It's called Not Leaving Las Vegas on Facebook. And they said they started posting stuff. And it was actually the person who I'm not going to name, but you can go back and watch the video. It was the person on Facebook that said, the casinos are completely effed. They're screwed. They're never going to be able to do this. They can't reopen. They'll never do it with social distancing. I made a whole video about it. And I noticed that there was a bit of a fight going on, a bit of a ruckus. So I texted the person on Facebook Messenger. Now, as you know, if you have Facebook, you also have Facebook Messenger. They kind of go one and the same. Your notifications will fire off on your phone and say, hey, you have a message. And if you try to read it, it'll tell you to install Messenger. Or on the desktop side of things, you'll have to go and see the message. It'll pop up in your face and all that kind of stuff. Unless you're one of the strange people who has completely gone ahead and disabled Messenger entirely. That's fine. Anyways, if Cindy's watching my live stream, she's worried about somebody posting about the protest that's happening May 12th. Protest. People don't want to open, and so we'll see what happens. But my point was this: I said it a lot. So what I did was I texted the person because he was posting a lot of negative stuff about the casinos opening, and I said to the person, I said, "Is there a specific problem with this?" And he said, "Nothing." And then so he kept posting negative stuff. If the casinos have so much clout in this town, how come they're not open tomorrow? And so eventually I made a video and I told people when somebody comes into the group and does that kind of thing, they're really just trying to poke at you and make you upset. Don't let them do it, okay? And so then that person, I said to that person, look, I'm going to have to give you like a few days, 7-day timeout. This fair is fair. Maybe you can see how the group looks and how we talk objectively, not just hate on the casinos all the time. A lot of these people like the casinos, want to upset them. So he went on his personal Facebook and told people that I kicked him out of the group, which I never did. He emailed me asking what my problem was, and I emailed him back, and I said, if you wanted publicity, you got it, because I talked on a video that has 16,000 views right now. And then he said all this stuff, and it was like, people lie. That's my point. They lie to further their own agenda. And I've been saying with you guys for a long time, don't trust what people are saying all the time, because from his followers' side of things, I was a jerk who kicked him out of his Facebook group, then emailed him a bunch of garbage, and he said, this guy didn't even text me. Well, I did text him on Messenger. Everybody uses that, right? I mean, if you don't use Messenger, you see the notification. Maybe you should read it. But my point is, his followers saw it on his side, and my followers saw it on my side. So at the lack of reasoning, I posted something about that. I took the whole thing down, and I said, you know what? I don't want to get this person who is a public person. He's been in the media forever. He has all these credentials he reminded me of when he emailed me about how great his long career in the news media working for LA Times and stuff was. But I felt bad, so I deleted the whole thing. So I put an end to it because I got to be positive. I got the punky power, and that's the truth. Mr. Classic, tell me if that has anything to do with Punky Brewster. And must. You have the same colors and everything. Dawson says my video is lagging. Looks good on my end, Dawson. I would say refresh your browser. Mr. Classic TV, 387 thank yous to Mr. Classic TV. So, once Vegas opens, let me ask you a question. If most people in Vegas had this thing, would it give you any more peace of mind being in the city knowing that they did? So let's say, for example, if this casinos gave antibody tests to all of their employees, all of them, they said in order to come back to work, you have to take an antibody test. In order to go on the floor and work with the public, you have to test positive. Would that make you any more kind of at peace of mind of going through the casinos? That's a fair question, right? Not asking if we have it, but asking if all of the casino employees had tested positive for antibodies. Would that make you any more positive to go in? Whoa, Saul, thank you. Yes, that's my favorite TV show of all time, he says. Saul, thank you 381 times. And Mr. Classic says, you could have just answered me without the super chat. Thank you so much, Mr. Classic TV 1980s. He has a slot channel. It's not about 1980s TV, but that's pretty good. Steven, don't worry. The casinos will quickly realize that guests won't tolerate wearing masks while playing, gaming, or dining. So somebody very wise told me they are in for lawsuits. Here's another topic. If you're just joining us, we're talking random Vegas chat. I was able to make a full recovery after acting like a jackass and acting like a baby and taking my ball and going home. I'm sorry. Anyways, somebody very wise texted me. He said they are going to have so many lawsuits. You're going to have people on their wedding anniversary trying to sit next to each other in a restaurant. They're going to be telling people to social distance themselves. This is a terrible idea. Harold Bourgeois. See, I know it's French and it's bourgeois. And thank you, Harold. Give Harold 392 likes, guys. You guys are great. Thank you so much. Alexander asks, how do you eat with a mask? Well, funny you should ask that. Now, look, I once read something, and I don't know who wrote it. I think it might be, I can't remember who it is. He wrote a book called You're the Placebo, and I can't remember his name right now. He does a lot of law of attraction, positive thinking stuff. But he points out in the book that human beings oftentimes don't take their own medicine prescribed to them by their doctor, but they will give medicine to their pets, like 85 to 90% of the time on schedule, only missing a dose here or there. And so here's the thing. So the law, the state government law says that we're supposed to have all of the servers in the restaurant wearing masks, but none of the patrons have to wear masks. So how do you eat with a mask? The answer is you don't. But what I'm saying is, if medicine is supposed to be administered to everybody, then aren't we supposed to give the medicine to everybody and have that be the solution and the cure? So having a mask on none of the patrons or having them choose to do it and take it off just to eat, I hate to tell you, that doesn't seem like a very good solution to me. Because if this stuff was airborne and somebody coughed or sneezed and sat down and they didn't disinfect the table right, and you put your hand down there and then you take your mask off to eat and oopsie, I got an itchy nose, guess what just happened? So it doesn't even make any sense, does it? Look at that, I got up to 400 people after all. Wow, thank you guys for watching. I will lift it up on my shoulders, my tiny little shoulders that are sore as heck. Oh, by the way, whoever suggested Zyrtec, your heart was in the right place. Let me give you a bit of a disclaimer for Zyrtec. Don't take Zyrtec. Yeah. So anyways, yesterday I went and I bought a generic version of Zyrtec from the Wallyland store, and I was so congested. You guys know 2 previous live streams ago, on the last episode of Not Leaving Las Vegas, I was so congested. So I took it, and then I took it in the morning, and it made me kind of tired. So I took another dose, and it just made me a useless human being for the better part of the whole day. So I look on the box, and it says may cause drowsiness, may cause nausea, may cause constipation. Well, I'm willing to deal with a little bit of that. Thank you, Paul Rotter. Thank you. You are awesome. But what I wasn't prepared for was the stuff that doesn't have to go on the label. Holy cow. Let me tell you something about this. You go to drugs.com and type in the medication you want to learn about. Might cause muscle aches, severe body aches, joint swelling, joint pain. Oh my gosh, George, you handled that FB troll with class, and that's why we watch you. Thank you, George. You are awesome. If you guys aren't on my group, you need to be on Not Leaving Las Vegas. We just surpassed 2,000 people for the first time ever. Hello, SB Driving from OC, California. He's from the Orange County. So yeah, so there's like, whenever you're getting a over-the-counter medication, please look online and type in side effects and look for like bad experiences, because I'm telling you this, I was done for the better part of this morning. Me even making that video was just amazing that I could do it this morning. And we did talk about, it's all opened up, everything's good, hope, but we talked about everything. Yeah, I get some thumbs up from you guys. But Zyrtec was not good for me. It might work just fine for you. I'm not getting Zyrtec D as in David. That has pseudoephedrine in it. Why don't I just take pseudoephedrine? You just go up and buy it from the pharmacy counter. You can have a lot of pseudoephedrine. Really, it's true. No smoking inside. We'll have places outside. I don't know about no smoking in the casinos. That seems like something that I would have seen. Often the cure is worse than the ailment shadow. The shadow knows. It looks like he's saying a lot of the things that people are worried about right now, whether or not the cure for the corona is worse than the corona, because people... Have you guys noticed? Okay, listen. This is not a Vegas thing. Are you listening? Okay, listen. Okay, look. Oh, also it causes severe mood changes. It can make people feel like a lack of emotions. That's fun, right? Yeah, me, I need lack of emotions. I'm already kind of moody as it is. Look at me. I'm all over the place. Maybe that's why I did that in that thing. Yeah, it can cause rashes, hives, blisters, extreme itchiness. Come on. Anyways, have you noticed? Listen. Have you noticed if you go on the Google News and just look at the general news, people are being violent in fast food restaurants, in stores, being asked to wear masks. Somebody got brutally murdered for telling somebody that they have to wear a mask at a retail store on the East Coast somewhere. Suicide rates are up, guys. There's a lot of things going on right now. It's a serious place. Just do the Arnold. I don't think it's appropriate right now. Maybe later. It's crazy, right? So, that's what I mean. So, man, it's nuts. You know what I mean? So, yeah, go on Yahoo News. You'll notice all of these things happening that don't usually make the news headlines. So, maybe there's like something to us being locked up for this long. And the administration said the social distancing or the stay-at-home initiative. I think it's social distancing is still happening, but the whole stay-at-home thing, they're not extending that out, which is good. Hives is beekeeping in your future. Badum-ching. And, oh, so that was in Flint, Michigan from Kokomo. Kokomo. I thought Kokomo was a beautiful place sung by the Beach Boys. If it's a place in Indiana, that's cool too. Whoa, Susan from Canada, Ontario. Thanks for the daily and nightly updates. You're welcome, Susan. Guys, 414 thank yous for Susan. Now's the time of the video where somebody comes in and goes, "You only got 400 people. You suck." Okay, thanks a lot for that. But I am so grateful for the 415 people watching. I am so grateful. And by the way, I looked it up. We're not going to get any murder hornets in Las Vegas because they don't like dry, arid climates at high altitudes. And that is two things we are, a dry, arid climate at a high altitude. That is good. So it's not that beautiful here. Well, Indiana is a nice place with nice people. I got to say, in my time in timeshare, I never really met any grumpy, mean people from Indiana, although I'm sure that they do exist. Australia news on their suicide rate going up due to COVID. Bonsoir, Robin's Egg. Bonsoir. More likes, please. The over-under is 500. I don't think we'll get over 500 today because it just says Vegas talk. Any bugs stories tonight? Yes, I went online and I was researching scorpions, and I found out that the Arizona something scorpion is the worst type of scorpions. Whoa, Margarita! You guys better hit like. Margarita just cast you all out. Thank you, Margarita. That is so nice of you. 405 likes and thank yous for Margarita. That is awesome. No, we have hornets near our house, and I think a lot of it was attributed to the super long deer grass in our backyard. Deer grass is really big, tall grasses, and thank you so much. And hold on, I want to. Steve-O says 2020 is like Jumanji. All this blank is being released, and now we have murder hornets. So we have hornets near our house, and I got stung in the butt one time in a really bad part. I don't even want to go into it. It's because I was like sitting on the grass cutting, and I was using a long hedge trimmer to cut the bottoms of the grass. Now I'm using a weed eater, and the grass is all cut. But I got stung in the butt because I was sitting on the grass, and I felt like a jackass. So they do have them here. And those hornets like moist environments. They like nice, cool environments. So you get rid of the tall grass. You get rid of the crap that could be, making water pool up in your yard. And you're good to go. Hey, I directed some Punky Brewsters in the 80s. A nice group of people. Look at that, James Cox. I hope that Mr. Classic TV 1980 is here because he is a huge Punky Brewster fan. Possibly you could hit up Soleil Moon Fry and get her autograph. I don't know if you still talk to her. Oh, please use the poop emoji next time. I'm coughing. Must be the Rona. That's what you're all going to say. Yeah, they like sugar too. Well, I was learning about scorpions today because we have seen little tiny scorpions, like so tiny. Like if you take your little pinky finger, it's maybe like the size of the tip of your pinky finger. We've seen those here. And yeah, it's like I've seen those things in here, and they're tiny. And it turns out we have the most poisonous of all. It's like something Arizona. So yeah, so let's see if my stream is doing okay. It seems like it's performing okay. And we have had, okay, no smoking Vegas is out. So we're going to Google this together. No smoking Vegas, because we do have a smoking law, and they will have to do that whole smoking law all over again. So we're going to Google it together. No smoking Las Vegas. All right, here we go. All restaurants are now smoke-free in Vegas. That's an old law. That's happened like a decade ago. Let's click on Google News, everybody. Smoke-free casinos? Las Vegas dealer hopes to make it a reality amid reopening plans. That was from the Sacramento Bee. Las Vegas strip dealer seeks changes. Smoking ban. So nothing's happening, guys. So that's the official there. Unless there's something crazy. I have a cat. Hi, cat. I got a domino. Joseph Drake is here. Hey, Joseph. I saw you earlier. You said you're always here for me. I got to pick up this cat, everybody. Meh. No, that's not what a cat says. The cat says, meh. All right. Thank you, Joseph. You the man now, dog. And I got a cat that likes to headbutt me a whole lot, and his name is Domino, and he's a loving cat, and I love him very much. Yes, so that's the thing. There is no smoking law in Las Vegas, guys. That's another case of if you watch it, it becomes fake news if you spread it. Because I could easily go on Facebook with that information, and I could say, look at that, I saw on a live stream. There's not going to be any smoking in Vegas casinos anymore. And then what did I do? I spread a rumor. I spread a rumor that doesn't happen. Yes, the other news of the day is that Roy Horn died of, we don't know. They say it was of coronavirus, but there's this other thing called comorbidity. Comorbidity is when you have one thing and you get another thing and they complicate each other. It's kind of like people don't ever die of HIV/AIDS. You don't die from that. What you die from is a severe flu that brings on pneumonia. That's comorbidity. Or people get heart disease because they're obese. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't mourn Ray because, they did a lot for animals in their time in Las Vegas, and they brought entertainment to millions of people over the years, and they put a new entire spin on what a Las Vegas show should be. If anything, you could call Siegfried and Roy trailblazers for entertainment in Las Vegas. But we don't know yet. And so it's easy for us to say he was diagnosed with it 2 weeks ago and now he died because of it, but nobody knows. Hey, the Master Chef Truckin' is here. How you doing, my man? Travis Jr. is with you too. Say hi to Travis Jr. Tell him he's got a good dad who helps a lot of people out whenever that dad can help people out. Travis Master Chef Truckin' is a good guy, folks. He knows a lot of things about a lot of things and he helped people out a lot. He never got it. He wouldn't have died today. It's not complications. He died after contriving it. Simple. Okay, Ray. No problem, Ray. I'm not going to get into it, Ray. I tried to do that before, but I offended too many people. If you made casinos no smoking, they would go out of business. Here's a thought. Don't like us smokers, don't go to the casino. That's what we do. We smoke and drink and gamble. Duh. I like that. When someone seeks information from a trusted source and there isn't any, they enter into a mental state of confusion that leads to irrationality. I believe that. Right now, I don't know about a trusted source. How old is Domino? He's about the ripe old age of maybe 16 or 17. We don't know for sure. Look at those big eyes, man. He's just taking in all the data he can. He got a magnet in this part of his head, and he's got a magnet in this part of his head. We had him surgically implanted. It makes him headbutt me. Watch. Watch. Gonna do it? There it is. Gonna get close? Gonna do it? There it is. Clunk. He can't help himself. I'm telling ya. I'm telling ya. Oh, why are you not feeding me? You're talking in a microphone. Everybody's going to hear you, and then they're going to think I'm abusing you. Do you guys want to know something about cats? Give me some likes. Give me a couple of likes if you guys want to hear something interesting about cats. I'll tell you something about cats that will blow your mind, and it will also explain why a lot of people do not like cats, and they can't put their finger on it. Give me some likes for that. I'll give you some good tidbits of information. So I like the idea of not having an idea of, I got 1 like, cool. I got 3-4 likes, very nice. I like the idea of irrationality causing by lack of good, prudent information. Our brains are constantly seeking information and rational conclusions to situations, and we need to be able to compartmentalize things and chunk it down and then make sense of it. The thing about cats, all right, so here's the thing about cats. So cats and babies have one thing in common. If you put an EKG on the part of the brain that reacts to sounds, you'll notice that a human's brain reacts in identical ways to the sound of a baby crying and the sound of a cat crying out like that one right there, which explains why some people don't like cats. It's something in their heads. Whoa, Julian Castillo watching with my father who absolutely loves you. Could you say hello to him? I share the same name. So I'm talking to Julian Castillo Jr. and Julian Castillo Sr. Bienvenido. Muchas gracias para viaje. I don't know. I'm sorry. I would do it right, and I don't want to offend your father, but I appreciate you watching. Mr. Dad, your son is a very cool guy, and he helps people a whole lot, and he's a moderator on my channel. He's always pitching in and giving good comments and good chats, and he's a smart guy, and you raised a good kid. So I want you all to thank Julian Castillo Sr. and say hello to him and give him a shout out. Can you do that for me? Thank you. So, yeah, and I watched a video by Patrick Bet David today, and he's got a channel called Valuetainment, over 2 million subscribers, and he's talking about, he got a video that was taken down by YouTube, and when you're that big, YouTube will basically have a person call you on the telephone, and they explain, and he's very balanced, he's very fair, I very much admire his channel. He says, He says, I asked all of the anti-vaccine people and all of the pro-vaccine people. Whoa, Michael R, thank you so much. Michael R, Rockstar Michael R, 418 thank yous to Mr. Michael R. Thank you so much. He said he asked both sides to do interviews, and one of his anti-vaccination videos went viral, and YouTube took it down because they don't like to spread things that can make people too excited and too upset. And he made a good point. He said this is their platform. If I don't like it, I can go build my own platform. I can build my own news channel. I'm grateful to have the platform, and I'm grateful to have the platform. Did someone just say Viagra cures corona? Hey, Mark, if that was the case, there would be a run on that, and it would be crazy, wouldn't it? Try 7-Eleven vape to help, and I'm sure you'll go to in the bathroom. I'm surprised no one else has heard of no smoking yet. One less for corona. So smoking doesn't help it. No, that's for sure. Smoking is a bad thing. I'm not really happy with, the casinos smelling like smoke. My wife and I will specifically seek out movie theaters, which we still can't go to. Don't cats have 9 lives, Paul says. They kind of do. Cats have this thing in the back of their brains, and it's a part of their brain that causes them to put their legs down when they're falling. So it's like an auto correction system. It's like they call it a cybernetic system where they correct themselves to get to their goal. Our cat, he's a little old and he's a little wobbly, so he doesn't have that as much. So we worry about him because all of our floors are tile, with the exception of this room, which is disgusting carpet. But yeah, they do have 9 lives because of that. You're growing cat hairs. Yeah, you know what? I am growing cat hairs on my face. When people say I'm touching my face too much, I'm like, bro, how are you going to tell me I'm touching my face? Look at this. I have an autofocus camera, so I can actually show you guys. You see all that? That is what I'm dealing with when the cats are on me, and I'm growing cat hairs on my neck. It's kind of gross, I know. Hopefully you guys are watching in HD and you can see that. Another one of those cryptid 5s. I don't know what that means, but thank you guys. I appreciate that. Thank you, Patty Williams. Some people post and they put 5 or 10, and I can't understand it for the life of me. I look like absolute hell today. Emilio says, no gyms in phase 1. Sisolak is anti-fitness. No jocks allowed at the governor's office. So here's an interesting thing about the gym. Physical fitness is shown to increase your immune system by several magnitudes. I mean, I'm not telling you you're never going to go get sick, but people who exercise, who exert a stress on their body, generally have a much better immune system. So there is that. But I understand no gyms too. I mean, you go into a Planet Fitness. It's a small little gym, $10 a month. Some people would argue it's not even a gym, depending on the barbells they don't have. But that would be very difficult to move every other piece of equipment out of. Maybe they're afraid that the gyms are not policeable. I don't know. Our federal government wants the gyms to be able to open, and it would make sense. All you would have to do is put every other piece of equipment out of service. Dawson yells, stop touching your face. Yes, stop gnashing your teeth. That's a reference nobody gets. Is orange juice okay to drink? I think so. Vitamin C and vitamin D. Really good. You can buy certain types of vitamin C that are a little expensive, but they skip a lot of the digestion system and do things to you. Dawson has yelled this a few times. CNN won't tell you this. A discovery that led to the Viagra pill could help those battling coronavirus. Well, it could be a discovery about vasodilation. Vasodilation is when your blood capillaries open up. And a lot of people are putting forth the idea that coronavirus is actually a blood clotting disease because of the damage it does to your lungs. Because if you don't know how your lungs are, I only studied this, like I did a book report in like middle school. We call it junior high school in Canada. Your lungs are like millions of little fingers that just grab onto the oxygen in your body, in your lung cavity, and they suck the oxygen into your bloodstream. So if it was a blood clotting disease, kind of helps that it would, that kind of makes sense, that it would maybe damage your lungs, that maybe vasodilation is the cure. There's so much we don't know about this, isn't there? And Bones Jones is making a joke that a lot of people make about what Donald Trump was I don't think he said that. I watched the thing a few times, but anyways, it doesn't matter. Yes, disinfectant. Actually, there's a lot of proof that alcohol and sanitizers that can be inhaled. There's actually types of therapies that can be ingested safely, could actually knock the thing out, or at least allow your body to do better at battling it. I got to scratch my nose real bad, so I'm going to go into the basement for half a second. Scratch my nose. Yeah, man, that cat hair gets everywhere. KK, thank you for being a part of the stream tonight. I live next door to a Win employee, Steve, and they're talking about it now. It's a rumor, but always some truth to it. Yeah, so what they would have to do, here's what they would have to do. So here's what has to happen, right? The city council or the state government, I believe it's the state legislature, they would have to put a proposition out, and then the proposition would have to be voted on in November, and then the state would have to vote on it, and then the proposition would become a ballot measure, and then the ballot measure would be put on to the ballot for the election following that year, unless they do some kind of trickery where they can fast track things, which I'm not really sure, because in times of a crisis, governments find ways to get things done. That's just the way it's always been. And I'm not talking conspiracy. Governments do a lot of things. Oh, come on. Come on. We're not allowed to leave our house. They're arresting people for protesting. This is the United States of America. We have this free assembly thing in our Constitution. So that's what I'm saying. So maybe they can make a law quicker. I don't know about that. Paul, I asked, why are there so many people begging for money in Vegas? It's because you guys keep giving them money. I need about $350. And I said, damn it, woman, don't give that monster $350. Another Senator Bob Dole approved. I like Bob Dole. He had no chance. I think what he run against Clinton, and Clinton had too much charisma. Drink hot beverages. I've heard that one too, Albert Sancho. Hot beverages are always good for your mucus system and all that stuff. You just have to wear PPP. I tell you what I'm going to do. Whoa, fabulous. Fabulously chic. Thank you for coming back yourself, Fabulously Chic. 412 thank yous for Fabulously Chic. Late to the party tonight. Can you get me up to speed, Steve? Yes. On a previous episode of Not Leaving Las Vegas live streams, Not Leaving Las Vegas made an ass of himself and canceled the live stream. I was talking about herd immunity and how Vegas might have it. I didn't realize, there's 22,000 and change that actually subscribe to the channel. So I may have somebody in the channel who lost somebody. So I wasn't being very sensitive to anybody. In particular, I was maybe thinking about myself and posting something a little sensationalistic. So I got mad. I took my ball. I went home and I said, done. So I said, I'm not doing this, which was wrong. I will give you $50 if you don't touch your face for 5 minutes. All right, Dawson. I'll take that bet. Here we go. I'm not going to hold you to it, but I cannot touch my face for 5 minutes. So we're going to go to stopwatch. Nope, timer. Nope, stopwatch. And I'm going to reset my stopwatch. And we're going to say click, 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 click. And we'll see where we are in 5 minutes. It's really, 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 really hairy, by the way. Oh, it's driving me nuts. Steve, I'll time keep. Oh, I got you going right here. I got this. And there's no $50 bet. I can't not accept it. I don't think anybody's going to pay. 5 minutes. Here we go. Smokes were okay years ago. They said that, guess what, bad news causes cancer. You think in 20 years they will say cell phones cause cancer. They said that 20 years ago. Now they're saying that 5G is going to destroy your body. It's not a good thing. Absolutely. The audio is gone. No, I have audio. I don't think that the audio is gone. I can see my little microphone thing tweaking back and forth. Maybe you want to refresh that one. Heading to Panama Beach. Panama. I don't think they were talking about Panama Beach in the Van Halen song. Finally, a weekend off. I'm looking forward to your Panama Beach. I hope you have an awesome time. Simple man, simple life. That is awesome. It is just you, no audio. Audio is not gone, Steve Miller says. And Steve Miller would know. He has all those #1 hits on the charts from back in the 70s and stuff. Brush your teeth thoroughly. People have poor dental hygiene. Simply brushing your teeth eliminates a lot of germs. Do you want to know a great way to eliminate germs? And I don't recommend you do this because I'm not a doctor, so don't do what I say. A really good way to eliminate germs is simple. Here's what you do, okay? You take hydrogen peroxide. That's the first problem. You're not supposed to put hydrogen peroxide. You're not supposed to swallow it. It's a metal. Hydrogen is a metal, and it's not good. But if you take that, floss your teeth, okay? Floss your teeth, really deep floss. I hope you learned how to floss or use those picks. And then what you do is you swish, gargle with, swish. Don't gargle. Swish really hard with hydrogen peroxide, right? Don't brush your teeth afterwards. You're going to be grossed out. What's going to happen is you're going to look at your gums, and I can't touch my face for another 3 minutes. You're going to look at your gums, and they're going to be white all around your gum line. That is bacteria being killed by the hydrogen peroxide. I'm sure you've poured it on a cut or a wound and you notice that it bubbles and turns whitish. Now, if you have gingivitis, which is a sign that you could have heart disease apparently, you'll wake up the next morning, your gingivitis will be gone. Gone. And that's not some put coconut and, they call it plaque pulling. That's not any kind of bogus thing. That's just killing all the bacteria after you floss really deeply. And then all of that bacteria gets flared up and you might get a little blood, and that's gross. And then all that gets killed. It's a simple fact. Did you know that Italy has the first vaccine, Ricky Ticky says? That's really interesting. Israel said they had the first vaccine a while back, and Great Britain is doing vaccine research, and the United States is doing vaccine research. They're in phase 2 of the vaccine research. Hi, Irwing. How you doing, brother? They're in phase 2 of the vaccine research here. And so we'll see what happens. Smoking in casinos is the least of our problems. People stop sneezing or coughing without covering your mouths. I see it all the time. I liked how on CNN, I don't want, maybe it was Cuomo or something. Joe Biden's coughing into his hand. And they're like, Mr. Vice President, that's not a good idea. Do a high-end camera for your live stream. Watching on a 65-inch 4K, Isabel says. I have it on ultra-low latency, and this is all my connection will support. I don't have a 4K camera that will support that either. I have a 1080p box that I feed this GH2 in. I want to get a GH2 5S for Sam. It's an $1,800 super camera that I'll be able to bring out at nighttime and film some amazing footage at night for you guys and do great video blogs at night for y'all. But that's way out of my reach. You guys have been super generous with the chats, and that's awesome. But that is going to go towards a lot of things. I got to put my glasses up, so I'm not touching my face. I got to put my glasses on my head because they fall down. Anyways, then you're disqualified because you touched your face with your glasses. Oh, geez. Yeah, I remember when you were a kid, you'd be like, don't touch me. And then you're like, oh, I'm touching you. Electricity. That's what you pulled as a kid. Anyways, that's the camera I really, really, really want. But you know what? It's I'm going to let Pico see that. Hopefully nobody. No! That was a funny comment Pico had. He said a vote for Joe Biden is a vote for something offensive. It's probably better that one of my mods deleted that. No problemo. You could say a vote for Joe Biden is a vote for something bad, but you probably shouldn't say what you said. The price has been going down on that, $1,500 on eBay. Yeah, I'm really against buying eBay cameras unless I can get that 2-year square trade thing with it because, yeah. But that's a beautiful camera. It's made for video. It's basically the best video camera you can buy for that kind of class. And it would be something I would have and get the lenses for and be good. Cough up to 50. Yeah, nobody's going to pay it. Nobody has to pay it. But we're now at 5 minutes, 10 seconds. Do you have an invite tab? I don't know what an invite tab is. Enesito Pontillas. I'm not sure what an invitation tab is. I have a membership option, but I've not done anything like that. Fabulously Chic. Where can I go buy your masks? You can email me. My wife just made a bunch today. I have all my other masks are going out on Monday, so everybody will have them in their hands. Time is up, and that person's probably not in the chat anymore. Probably around 4 minutes he went, oh, shoot, he's going to do it. I can't invite other people here. I don't know how. There's a share button, but I'm not going to invite any other people in. I'm doing the chat all the time, so I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to see how long I can go without touching my face in general. Now it's just a personal challenge for me, okay? My homeboy Pico is in jail in Laredo, Texas. He was a very good friend of mine. Know his son also. I'm sorry, Tony. What did he go to jail for? That sucks. I'll make sure my glasses are on my head. I hate to see that. 417 only. Where are the people at? Well, I mean, look. It's a Vegas live stream. It just says generic Vegas chat. It is what it is. Steve Miller says, cool. Silverton Casino news. I don't have any news on the Silverton. They have been very, very, very quiet. All fronts are quiet. So let's type in Silverton into news.google.com and see what we can find for you guys live on the stream. The new civil defense, you and me have to meet up or I have to get you your masks, my friend. So message me on Patreon, my friend. Thank you so much. Silverton Casino. Let's see what it says on Google News. What are the news on Silverton? Silverton is assisting the community, and yeah, they just laid people off. The only news back then is April 14th. So nothing new on the Silverton, man. Nothing new on the Silverton. Okay, when is the media going to cover which countries are claiming they have the virus and when will it be out? Or are you talking about the vaccine? I don't know. They only really talk about this country here, but you can always find that on the YouTubes. When is where I wear gloves, my face somehow gets more itchy. I think it's psychosomatic. But for the record, I'm up to 7 minutes and 31 seconds and still no face scratching. My goodness, I am on a roll here. I'm going to scratch my face so hard. Ricky Tiki, I imagine that most casinos that are called, that are under the Caesars brand will open them right away because they were just like, boom, going good all the way to the end. We need to meet up so you can get your AC. Mark says, this is true too. I need 4 more masks for you. My goodness. Will Jerry's Nuggets survive the economic hit? Possibly if the locals come back. I never got any $50 from anybody, but that's okay. I didn't expect it. I just wanted to see if I could do it. And I'm up to 8 minutes and I am going to scratch because I am itchy. Oh my gosh. But I can do it. I can go 8 minutes and 11 seconds without scratching cat hair off my face. I think you have cat hair hanging off your scruff. Probably, but I went 8 minutes and 11 seconds without scratching my face. Corey, I'm not going to scratch that. There's no reason to do that. I guess subscribing gets you ignored on live chat. Gary, I don't know if you're subscribed. I don't use that fancy system, Gary. There's a fancy system you can use. It's called Streamlabs. I've used it in the past, and what it does is it kind of scans over your YouTube channel and it'll tell you when people have subscribed and it'll show a little notification. I had it all set up and I had it all running, and then they updated the app. And then the app just broke everything. My camera was working, but my mic wasn't. And I was like, screw this. So, yeah. So, I just didn't figure it. It was just like something I just was like, I'm going to just do this one. And when people subscribe, I won't know about it. But if you tell me you subscribed and I see the chat, because I get a lot of chats, I'll definitely shout you out. I'll be like, boom, we need to shout out Gary. He's awesome for subscribing to the channel. And that's good. RTC bus system updates. Any new COVID rules? Sorry, one of the veteran bus drivers died of it last month. That is unfortunate. Yeah, like I said in my last one, the bus drivers, the people that work at stores, they are pretty badasses. And I don't hear of any new news, though. Paul asks if I can film in 3D. I cannot film in 3D. You need a special camera, or you need to have 2 cameras. Steve Miller, you didn't have to do that. I didn't expect anybody to do that. Thank you, Steve Miller. He's not a liar. He just probably thought it was a fun joke. And I just decided to do it to see if I could do it, to see what kind of a challenge it was. But thank him 411 times, guys. Thank you. Give him some likes. Shower him with praise. That was very nice of him. Thank you, guys. I don't hold it against anybody. He didn't bluff. Vegas is all about bluffing, right? The only difference is if you don't pay your debts when you bluff at the casino, well, they put a marker on you and then you get in trouble. Thank you, Steve Miller. You're awesome. Mr. Dawson Provenance is awesome, too, because he let me see that I can go without scratching my face for 8 minutes and 11 seconds, and that's good, too. Thank you so much, Steve. That is very, very kind of you. Wow. I didn't expect anybody to pay. Nobody had to pay. I was still going to do it, even though I didn't expect nobody to pay. Yeah, it is sad about Roy. You get to visit their back room, Vegas says. Yeah, if you don't pay the marker at the casino, or if you're San Jose Sharks tough guy, Evander Kane, they just let your marker go, which I don't understand. He owed $500,000 to the Cosmopolitan. He had a gambling issue. They let it go. RTC buses are free, and when you get on the bus, you can enter in the back door. Awesome information, guys. Thank Mr. BM 1967 MM66. You have a very unique name. I'm sure there's a lot of meaning to it. You want a trivia night about Las Vegas or Nevada? I'll see if I can drum up some Las Vegas trivia. I don't know how to run a trivia game. Somebody was texting me about it. That was very nice of them. If you have worked in our yard or replaced the floor, you probably have some residual particles on you. Contact the doctor and get a prescription for soap. I've been scratching my face for years, but I understand we are concerned, Shadow. You're awesome. People have also emailed me asking about this thing on the side of my head. Say, well, you should get that checked out. Well, let me tell you about that thing right there on the side of my head. I'm Ukrainian, and because of that, Herbert, thank you so much. I appreciate it, Herbert. I try to keep the pace up with no dead air, and I can't snap my fingers. Darn it. Oh, wait. Almost. Can you guys even hear that on the camera? Does it even come through on the camera? I doubt it. No talking. Let me see my bars. Kind of. Anyways, wow. Tom, I give you $1 a minute. That is nice of you, Tom. Thank you so much. I'm still scratching because I got cat hair everywhere. If you're watching in good enough quality, you can see it coming off of me. I look like Pigpen from the Charlie Brown Peanuts crew. What was I talking about? My gosh, I'm completely all over the place here. It's so terrible. Yeah, so straight. Anyways, that is what it is. I was talking about something. It seemed very important to me. Whoa, B Dizzle towards a face challenge. That is so nice of you. I mean, oh, trivia nights in Las Vegas. I don't know how to run a trivia night in Las Vegas. That might be interesting to do. That might be a change of pace. iPhone 11, Tony says. I want an iPhone 11s Max, but you know what? I deal with my Pixel phone. But yeah, this thing here, it's a crazy thing. It overheats even when it's sitting in my car. I just can't stand it. It's a Pixel phone. It's a Google phone. They got the Nuge, the thing on your face. Yeah, I mean, it's a nice little thin phone, but it's all too much overheaty. So if you're coming to Vegas and you have one of these phones, plan to get your phone changed out. Steven, can you talk about Area 51, Ricky Ticky? Oh, okay, thank you. We'll talk about Area 51 in half a jiff. Look at Scott. They actually moderated you for that. That's stupid of YouTube's automatic moderation. So I went to a doctor. I went to my family practitioner. It's actually just a guy that worked at the walk-in clinic. Canadian healthcare. Look, you're not going to go bankrupt if you have the big C. I'm not talking COVID. I'm talking about like cancer or something. But at the same time, when you want to get simple procedures done, it's incredibly hard. So I go to the doctor. My mother has a wart here. Okay, I have a little mole right here. It's been here forever, or is it here? I don't remember. Which side is it on? Must be on this side. And I had a big old skin taggy ugly thing my whole life. So I went to the doctor and I'm like, I hate it. Get rid of it. Maybe I was just rejecting my family or something like that. And he's like, but I'm not that kind of doctor. I'm like, you can burn it. Oh, scat, cat, scratch, fever. Let's go shoot moose. Yeah, that's Paul. Thank you, Paul. Gotta love Ted Nugent. If you ever want to get a dose of crazy, just go listen to Ted Nugent talk. That guy is so energetic all over the map. And they used the dry ice and they burned it off, and that's what he did. It looks terrible, doesn't it? But that's what happens when you can't get to a doctor to do things. And they would have never paid for that anyways. John, my wife and I watched the first season of Fargo many, many moons ago. First season of Fargo is awesome. They filmed it in the neighborhood where I used to go all the time called Inglewood in Calgary, Alberta. So most of the town is filmed on Inglewood on 9th Avenue. And then in later seasons of Fargo, they use the elementary school I went to in 5th grade as a government building. So I'm watching Fargo and I'm like, I pause the DVR and I'm like, look at this. My wife's like, what? I'm like, look. She's like, what? And I said, that's Malin Heights Elementary School. I went there as a kid. There it is, acting as a federal building in somewhere in Minnesota. I'm not sure what season of Fargo that took place in, but you should definitely go watch Fargo. It is awesome. I only have a few minutes left, guys, so we're going to talk about Area 51 real fast. Area 51 is, if you listen to, I can't remember the name of the guy. He is, let's see, Joe Rogan did a podcast. So all you need to know about this is, what's his name? You guys can tell me in the chat. I know you know who I'm talking about. The guy that said he worked in the area, in Area 51. People are dying up in Canada waiting 2 years. There's a lot of, let's go back to the Canadian healthcare. Some Canadians will come back to the United States and pay money out of their pocket to get scans and MRIs done, go back home and present them to their doctor going, look, I have a serious problem. You need to get me off that waiting list. Bob Lazar did a podcast with Joe Rogan. I recommend you go and you just get into that podcast. You'll learn everything you need to know. Marlborough Park. I grew up in Marlborough Park, JJC. I lived on Fonda Way, and I could see the Marlborough Mall and the Petro-Canada right on 36th Street, Southeast and Memorial Drive. I could see that every day from my house. Anyways, go listen to Bob Lazar talk about Area 51, the S3 facility, what he's seen. They run flights from Area 51 to McCarran International on what are called Janet planes. There's a special terminal, super ultra high security. You can't go in there. I mean, you could drive up Nellis, and Nellis Air Force Base is on the north end of Las Vegas Boulevard. But Nellis Air Force Base is one of the larger Air Force bases in the country, I believe. It goes way up north. And you're basically driving so far into the middle of nowhere to where you literally rise up in elevation a few thousand feet. Now you're at the Great Basin. The Great Basin is up there, and it gets way different. The temperature is different. It snows in the wintertime sometimes. It's less hot in the summertime. There's natural green grass everywhere, and that area is very beautiful. Go to Rachel, Nevada, Alamo. Go out there and see it. It's worth the drive. Don't go to Area 51 and expect to see anything. It's not going to be an interesting place. I've been to Goldfield. I like Goldfield. I love Ely. Let's name some towns because we can do it. I'm just going to show you guys something real fast here. Let's see if I can do it on a whim, on a GIF. Let's see if I can do it quickly. We're going to go here, and then we're going to go here, and then I'm going to show you guys some stuff. So we're going to go here, and I'm going to go there, and we can see that I'm behind the camera. So let's just make this full-sized. It's so confusing trying to operate a mouse when you're doing this kind of stuff. All right, so here we go. We got this. We'll go over here. This is where you're going to go 2 different directions, okay? And let's see for a second. I realized something just now. I'm going to uncapture this window for half a GIF and hope that Google Maps loads for me so I can show you guys some cool stuff. Sometimes my connection gets absolutely killed. Look at that. It killed my connection, didn't it? Almost totally did. Okay, hopefully Google Maps loads. I'd like to show you guys some stuff here. When it loads up, I'm going to show you the different roads. They go in diverging directions. Look at that. It killed my connection, didn't it? Almost totally did. So hopefully I'll pop back with you guys and you guys can actually see me here. So Google Maps is not loading quickly enough. I don't like how it does this. Ooh, bad connection. Bad connection. All right, I closed out Google Maps. Hopefully I get my connection back. If you guys can hear me, we're going to have to search Google Maps and look at Area 51 another day because it looks like that is not good for my live stream. If I'm still streaming to you guys, I'm not even sure. Mercury, Nevada, I don't know if I've ever been there. There was some live streamers that thought it would be a good idea to go out to the Area 51 area and like walk up during Storm Area 51 thing. Not a good idea to do that kind of stuff, guys. You're not going to get yourself any favors. You're just going to get yourself in trouble. It's not a good idea to do that kind of thing. So let's see if I'm still live streaming and my studio's not opening. Yep, I am live streaming. So guys, I'm going to have to click off this live stream because my internet connection is getting wonky. But tune in another night. We're going to talk about Area 51 here on the live stream. Died on me, and that's it. Okay, my connection. Oh, it's back and it's Adam. So if you guys are watching this, now's the time of the video where I have to click off. I can't see my YouTube control panel. I want to thank everybody who was cool enough to do anything with me tonight. All of my moderators are awesome. All of my people who are watching are awesome. You're all the best people in the world to me. I'm going to hit stop streaming on my software. It'll kill the stream in time. Now's the time of the video. I can't see any of you chatting, so I would thank all of you individually. If I could see the super chats, I could. Oh, it's coming back to me. I'm going to keep it going. This is a marathon, isn't it? We don't win by quitting. Quitters never win and winners never quit. And losers use drugs. I don't know. That's a whole thing from the 80s. See if I can keep it going. The point of today was to try to open up some minds on some thoughts. And it turns out that I had some people that were sensitive to the whole issue. I should have been more sensitive.